The idea for Stage 5 came out of the need to have some idents that were very versatile, that could change with the content, because Channel 5 is obviously a channel that has lots of different content on it. So the concept is to have this giant screen in this beautiful, pristine, lovely space, that going forward we can change how the room works, what's on the screen, how the screen works, what the screen does, how it interacts. So it's basically a blank canvas. The idents that we've chosen to shoot cover off a lot of different aspects of Channel 5. Basically, due to the very short time frame in which we've got to make these, I mean, on the budget we have, we're trying to make something that's quite ambitious. It's essentially movie-grade computer graphics, so it should look like something you could see in a cinema. We pitched it out to many, many different companies. Earth came back with this proposition which involved one of our executions is a car chase, and we always thought we'd have to build it in CG. And they actually said, no, let's go shoot a car chase. We've got this place in Prague, this company called Stilkin, who should be really, really good.
The reason for shooting in Prague was basically down to economics. We also came because we have Barrendorf Studios here, one of the largest studio complexes in Europe. We had to work out what was the best methodology to use, which we ended up deciding on a mixture of live action photography and CGI visual effects.
We've planned it so much that, you know, actually matching up what we got on the boards and what actually happens should be fairly doable.
What we hope to achieve today is to shoot the plates and backgrounds and most of the action, really, for the set of 4 idents. Hell of a lot to do, starting off with our drummer and then doing our kid and our VIP.
We've got about 15 different setups, so yeah, just try and tick them off.
Looking through the camera yesterday and on the pre-light, you were looking at the walls and going, that's exactly what we wanted. So it's perfect. It's exactly what we wanted, which is great.
I'm walking on the red carpet and I'm a VIP. It feels really good. I wish it would be true.
Boy's brilliant.
Whenever I've done kids stuff in the past, it's like the one who's, genuinely enjoying themselves just playing.
Well, that's it. It's just lovely.
He runs around in circles, almost more natural.
The elements that we shoot, then hoping that all sort of marries up and the CG works and it looks, ultimately plausible. That's the key. That was it.
Instead of going down the traditional route of modelling everything and taking all the measurements, we've come to these guys, and they've come in and overnight they've scanned the whole building into a 3D mesh, which we'll then take back and then retexture to use as the backdrop for the whole studio. Add in the lights and all the additional stuff that we need to make it look like, the Studio 5, and then render that into each scene. For say, floor replacement, anything where there's green screen, we'll put in the studio and we'll use this as a complete backdrop. And this is our foundation for the whole of the project, and we'll just add on top of it, change the lighting, move around it. We've got a complete 3D control over it.
Dude, get over it, this is stupid. You should see this shit.
We are here in this big warehouse because we're going to film a car chase
with 2 cars, cop car, bad guy, gangster car. They're about to do rehearsal. Excuse me, I'll be back.
Wow, that worked.
The difference between this and other directing jobs is in other directing jobs you tend to be sort of on set doing stuff, blah, blah, blah. With this, it's all kind of pre-planned. It's like we sort of programmed it in. It's like a computer program, isn't it? You sort of write it and then you just go execute.
The DOP and the stunt coordinators, they're the ones who are going to be really, doing it.
The stunt guy's going, it's not dangerous enough. Where we're shooting the police car that goes through the boxes, we broke the filter on the lens, smashed it. So yeah, that's one disaster. Disaster 2 has been that we've found out that one of the shots we did with the boy yesterday for Imagination isn't there. It's gone, and because we're shooting file, it's not like tape, it's been deleted. I'm not particularly worried, because I know that even if we didn't reshoot it, we could make something work. And the filter on the lens, well, stuff happens. Jeff's got an ulcer. Apparently it's not stress related.
Apart from the art director having to be carted off to the doctors,
Really well.
the shoot's gone remarkably well. When we're shooting something of this scale that involves car chases, anything hazardous, there's got to be a certain amount of fine detail and a lot of pre-production planning involved. So yeah, it's gone very well.
The end.
It's a wrap.
It's a privilege, man. To have all these toys to play with. This is probably the coolest shit I've ever done, definitely.